where France has a civil war. Hasn't happened in quite a while. I think it's well overdue. So let me just get the colours in, and also there's probably going to be quite a few countries who are going to get in on this and try and, take some land. Just so you know, red is communism, because you know why. If you're watching this, you most likely know. If you don't, it's because of communism. It's associated with red, because that's basically on every single communist flag. There's not a single thing where you won't find at least a touch of red. So let's just begin, I guess. So first, the French government is like, what the hell? And they start to try and recapture some of their provinces, which, as you can tell, they weren't doing the worst at, but they still, look at the positioning. Looks kind of easy to encircle, doesn't it? That's exactly what they thought, and they kind of pushed back on other areas. And then they kind of went like that, and they're thinking, well, at least we still got Bordeaux and Nice. And then the Spanish join in, which they're in a decent position at the moment, as you can tell. But then the Germans join in, which kind of takes both of the countries' attentions off of each other. Now, at this point, it's looking bad for both Frances, really. Like, there's no way they can overpower, like, military strong thingies. The French are quickly rushing to Catalonia because they're still in government number 7th. But their people just rose up against them and probably ranked 20th. So yeah, they kind of push back the Spanish, who are ranked number 16th in army size, and so they're able to push them back pretty well. Also, in all of my videos I look in the mountains, and I always forget Corsica because off-land territory or whatever. Anyway, so it looks like they've won the war against Spain, and then the Italians decided to join Germany because here's hoping I don't get any strikes or anything, but a certain Axis in 1939 to 1945. But yeah, they start pushing in, they capture Nice, and the French are like, how much will I have to defend? After a while, they eventually overpower the Italians as well. Up here, German domination. Absolutely no chance. And then they invade up here. Capture Brittany. And it kind of leads on to something, if you know what I mean. Brittany. Yes, Britain joins it. And they make instantly a few landings because these are their islands. And capture all along the coast apart from Brittany. So you know have it. And they capture all of this. Now, if you know military rankings, which I know some of them, I don't know United Kingdoms, but I know they have a bigger army and better navy than France. So you know what that means, right? Yes. Domination. No, not domination. They're not that much stronger, but the French have already had to fight off 2 other countries, and they also have to fight off the Germans, which are again weaker than them, but not by a lot. And in case you can't tell, communism crushed because it's Western Europe. Communism will never reach there. Never. It barely even made it out of Eastern Europe. But anyway, the French push back the Germans, so do the British. And in case you can't tell, I am British myself, so I do rig it a bit because nationalism. But I try not to. I can't just do it accidentally. Yeah, the British currently have this much, And another country needs to join in now. The Swiss break their neutrality. And we all know what they are. A fortress. So they kind of just push up into Germany, capture a few of the mountains. Actually push into Austria as well, but the Austrians just do not care because they don't want to join a war. And then they kind of just hold defensive there. The French made a little push towards Bern. Wait, isn't Zurich also their capital? They don't actually have a capital. Those are just two major cities. And anyway, the French squeeze through here. And you know what the British think? Whee! And just capture loads of army. And they finish with the Germans because the Germans are completely exhausted. They push back the Swiss, and the Swiss start to rethink why they joined the war. Why would you break such neutrality just for a bit of land? You didn't need it in World War One, World War Two, any big wars. But nah, you need it. Anyway, Bern, right in the British grasp, and the French. And who gets it? British. Stronger army. Pushing faster. But also it's kind of key military for them because they start a push towards Bulgaria? I don't know. Bulgaria? Something like that. And the French see what they're doing, but then they make a massive breakthrough and just army or surrendering. Now the French-Swiss area kind of just die. And who would have guessed? Britain gets Brittany. Now it's looking kind of bad for the French, but they stay strong. Oh wait, wrong car. They start a march towards Paris. Anyway, they reach the gates but don't quite get in. The British know what's happening, using their superior navy, kinda this. And they knew that the French would go for it, so they make a landing in Bordeaux. And all of a sudden, thousands upon thousands of troops rushing back. But lots of them, again, get captured. And they die. And this happens. The French consider surrendering because the Spanish didn't actually die, they were just kind of pushed off the map. And so they're coming in and strong. The Italians died though. No Axis. Bad. And the Spanish and British are obviously same colour, which means same team. And they're getting absolute wrecked. At this point, the British start to capture some of Italy. And they start making their navy go all the way around here. And up here. Connect up with the Spanish navy. And the British capture Corsica. Because of course they can. Okay, that was kind of bad, but yeah. They start to make it towards the sea. Naval superiority. Landing here. Push off from coast. Very, very sad France. France almost dead. France keeps fighting though because why not? Might as well be as annoying as possible if you're going to die anyway. But something draws away some of the resources of the United Kingdom. Yeah. Like this is going to do much. It says they kind of capture some of the land, but not a lot. Nothing important at the moment. They kind of just bring some troops. Not like Spain can probably handle this end. a bit of their army again, and ta-da. And all the troops that went up, just whoosh. And then the Spanish, gonna give the British their name without S. Spain. By the way, these landings were like Spanish. And yeah, the Spanish start pushing up a lot. Meanwhile, the British just ignore up here and refocus their attention down here. They set up a heavy defensive and start absolute naval bombarding them to pieces and make a landing here, kind of forcing a retreat of some troops, which kind of leads to this borders, and now these borders look scary for Spain. So you know what they do? They go like this, and they go like this, and capture those troops. Not a lot though. They push these guys out. Meanwhile, the British pushing them out of France. A lot of France and some Catalonia. Another landing down here. It's not actually there, it's more like down here-ish, but down here is close enough because obviously can't see it. And yeah, and Dora, who's just absolutely terrified for their life, is just being used and they can't really do much about it. They just accept it. Like Spain should probably deal with their defeat, but they keep fighting. And again, like France, be as much of a pain as possible. And they know they're dead, but they like make one last stand with a few troops, and it didn't work, to put it simply. And France is dead. See you next video, I guess. Bye.